Washington is known for the Olympic Peninsula and the Cascade mountain range, but no one ever really talks about the southwest corner of the state. I have always been curious about this area, so this weekend I decided to check it out, and Jeff from Where to Next Overland came along for the adventure. Good morning. So I've been doing this a lot lately where I want to get a two-nighter in, but because the days are so short in Washington, I pick a campground or something that I'm familiar with for the first night so I can get as much daylight exploring on day 2 as possible, and that's exactly what we did this weekend. So right now we are at Cape Disappointment Campground, but we want to get going and get exploring. So I drove through this area probably 2 years ago, and when I drove through it, I was marking a bunch of stuff on the map that I really wanted to explore, but I haven't had a chance to get back down and do that. So that's what we're doing this weekend. I'm really excited to check out this area. You don't hear a lot of people talking about it, so I really want to check it out. There's beauty everywhere you look, so I'm sure we'll find something amazing here. We got our coffee. I think it's time to hit the road and start a day of exploration. It should be a lot of fun. As soon as we were packed up and on the road, the rain started coming down. Once we were able to get service and look at the forecast, we found that this weather system was not going to pass by noon as forecasted the day prior, and now was also going to bring substantial wind. With that, we decided to stop by a local bakery for some breakfast and to discuss what our next steps were going to be. After looking at our options, it seemed that weather was going to be awful everywhere we went, so we decided to stick with the original plan and try and find some cool spots around the area, but mostly some that might offer some shelter from the elements. Alright, so this is technically our second spot. There's a lake just down the road from here called Western Lake, and it's a super cool, beautiful looking lake with walk-in camping only. This is called Snag Lake. And again, another very beautiful spot. There's 2 drive-in camping spots. There's an Airstream there right now. But it's a gorgeous spot. I think if everything else fails us today, if we aren't able to find like true dispersed camping, then this is what we'll likely come back to. But man, the weather is just not cooperating today. Super rainy. There's a little bit of a lull. It's really misty right now, but later on today the winds are supposed to pick up to like 20-25 miles an hour. So we're going to be picky with the spot that we choose, just because we want to be safe. Obviously, can't be surrounded by trees if it's going to be super gusty, because that's how you don't go home. But yeah, beautiful spot. Having a blast exploring so far, despite the weather. So let's continue on. So this is supposed to be a pretty epic site. This is an old Air Force radar station that's been decommissioned, and they took all their equipment and stuff. We're at about 1,900 feet of elevation. Should be a beautiful overlook, but not today because we are currently in the clouds. So we're gonna move on. There's some stuff a little further south that I have pinned on the map that we want to check out. But yeah. The weather is appalling today, but we're out exploring, and that's really all that matters. It's the best time you'll ever have exploring despite the conditions. So let's get back on the road. Oh, guess that's what you get with big old mud terrains, just flinging dirt and mud. Almost looks apocalyptic.
Especially with the snow and the wind blowing and all that.
And the horrific visibility. While exploring the area, I got a call from my brother who was up near the Hoh rainforest, and he informed me that the clouds had cleared and the wind had died down. With both rain and wind picking up even more where Jeff and I were, we decided to head north and join him for the night. After a long day of driving, we were eager to get drinks made and dinner going. Jeff and I did not have good luck weather-wise this weekend, but being able to meet up with these guys and have an amazing night riverside was pretty incredible. We were very fortunate that Jake and his girlfriend happened to be exploring this weekend as well and found this incredible spot. Cheers, sir. Cheers. There's a reason that I end up in the Olympic Peninsula a lot of the time. It is truly one of the most beautiful and enchanting places that I've ever been to. Every time I visit, there's a new road to explore and more possibilities to be discovered. This is not to take away from the southwest corner of the state though. While the weather was not on our side this time, more roads were marked on the map to come back to see what this area is really all about. There is a lot to be discovered here still, and I will most definitely be back. Until then, I hope you're able to get off the grid and off the grind, and I will see you in the next one.